We're streaming. We're
All
the
right,
streaming team.
we are live. Let us know how our audio levels are and all that good stuff, everyone. And we're just gonna chill for about 5 minutes while everyone gets here.
Pause that stream. Pause. Pause. Double pause. Oh, I mean mute, not pause.
Okay.
Look at
Oh, my
us.
camera is not like even centered. Okay, how's this? Nope, that's not centered. Where are you going? There
Mm-mm.
we go. Okay. Let me pop out chat real quick, and so everyone can see themselves. I still have not done the
Just
thing that PicoWub sent me to get the clean stream text. I'm failing on that front.
someone said Kaboom said I sound a bit muffled,
You sound
and
fine
then sound
to
effects.
me. Maybe it just means relative to normal.
That's true. Probably. What up, MCM? I'm actually in my bedroom right now because we are doing work on our house, and this is the only quiet place to go while my wife has friends over and they eat brownies and sip tea.
Hmm. Brownie and tea party. That's cool.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
No cheating.
I know. My room is blinding. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Okay.
Hey, Bears Fury's name is Danny too, Danny.
Oh, snaps. That's a good name, man. Actually, the other day at work, I was just thinking to myself, I don't know why I was thinking, like, maybe I was thinking about my intro, because I usually have to practice that a bunch. Hey, what's up, everyone? Danny here, that one. So, um,
Yes.
like, the more you say any word, it just sounds weird and dumb. And I was doing that with my own name, and I'm like, why is my name Danny? I just hate the sound of
Danny.
it.
It's like
Um,
when you say it too many times
yeah.
and then a word starts just sounding like nonsense to you.
Yeah, let's do that to your name. Lee, 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 Lee. Does it sound weird yet?
No. I don't. It's just such a short. It's just not very. Like I remember when I sat down and really contemplated the word boat, and it's just I was like, this is such a weird word. The word boat. When
Boat?
are you going to unveil your girlfriend? That's a weird question, MCM. Just kidding.
Unveil like there's a
Oh,
veil over her, and
put
I
a
mean,
ring on it.
yeah. If you
Just
mean
kidding.
by putting
Just
a ring on it, I don't know also.
kidding. I have. Oh man, the setup worked really well. Got Chad on one side, Danny on the other. Doesn't get much better than that, people. Uh, when your room is warmer than outside, you know you have a PC. Oh man, you guys in your cold climates. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. I have
Michael Galbert says you have Windows Shop 17's thumbnail. It's the same thumbnail, but I think I changed the number. Shouldn't it have changed? Can you check,
let's
Lee?
see.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
see.
like, I know I have the Superman thing going on, but it should be the updated number.
Superman. For anyone who's watching and has seen the thumbnail, I literally randomly just happened to be wearing a Superman T-shirt today. Very good timing. Sorry, you're probably gonna hear some muffled audio because when I showed my shirt, I pulled my mic down. No spammerino in the chatterino. No copy pastorino in the chatterino. Nice. Thank you all for showing up. We're excited to be here, and it is a couple minutes in. This is our chill time, right?
Yeah, about one more minute of this left. I like notice me send pie. That's good.
Senpai knows me, senpai.
Uh,
All right, I'll do it.
3.14. Nice.
Good evening, everyone. Can you do any impressions, Danny?
I can't. I'm bad. I never practiced them as a kid.
I
I think that's something that
think I,
like when I don't know. Are people just naturally good at impressions, or do they get good over time because they do it a lot?
I think for me, it started like my impressions aren't good. Like Joker's are pretty good. You know, Joker
Yeah,
Productions.
yeah.
He has pretty good impressions. They're not like perfect, but they're pretty good. And I think that's kind of like early on, I would hear something and I would mimic it, kind of like singing, like being able to match key. I think has a lot to do with it. I think probably most impressionists are probably pretty good singers.
Okay.
But I mostly practiced. What about accents? Have you ever done accents?
Just like the typical, fob Asian accent, but even I'm not good at that, so.
Like when you get your cup noodle.
Yeah. Exactly. You
Cup
like
noodle.
eat the pho? It not it not hamburger.
That's good. My accent of that I'm most proud of is probably my Australian accent.
So is that one Hardware Unboxed or Brian?
It's definitely not Brian. Brian has a very specific, like.
That's him when he does it intentionally for his little his videos for Gumtree.
Yeah.
What's
Or
it called?
Gumtree. Gumtree.
Is Bogzin or something like that?
Oh, is that it? Actually has a phrase like
There's a
term.
word for it, yeah. Like the stereotypical like country redneck Australian accent.
Oh well, then yeah, that's. Hey guys, it's Steve from Hardware Unboxed, and he definitely has it. Yeah, we're gonna see if a GTX 1070 runs better on Ryzen CPU or Intel i7 7700K.
Bogan, there it is, or Bogan.
Bogan.
Uh,
Does anyone know if Man Karate has a channel? He does, actually.
Yeah, he does have a channel.
He's got his music on there.
I think he does.
Dum, 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 dum.
Oh, it might not be under. Actually, it should be under Man Karate. Let's see.
Mean Karate.
Mean Karate. So Man Karate is actually like this. I think it's Indian or Sri Lankan or something, but this pops up instead of Jan, even when I type in Man Karate correctly. So we're trying to get him popular enough where he actually pops up, and he normally does. Oh, what is all this?
It's Bollywood, yo.
Yeah, Bollywood.
You got to love the Bollywood music.
But you put his SoundCloud comes up first though, so that's good.
I think you have virus on your computer.
Do you remember your daughter kicked my dog?
She kicked my dog. I'm gonna come to your house.
Yeah.
That was such a funny video, or like Flash animation.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you hear about Flash?
Flash.
They announced that they're discontinuing support in 2020 for Flash.
I guess I don't know what that means because haven't we moved away from Flash already?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you're saying like what is it? What's the Adobe Flash? There's like an Adobe Flash making tool where you make Flash animations. Like so, that would just cease to exist.
Yeah, I think they probably have some active development would be my guess because like if you think about it, there's still a lot of internet applications that run on Flash. Like for instance, if you've ever clicked on something on a web page that's copied directly to your clipboard, I'm pretty sure one of the few ways to doing that is using Flash.
Okay.
Because as a web dev, I've been faced with that scenario, and we've had to say, like, unless you want us to start implementing some crazy Flash stuff on there, you're probably not going to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
No, Pika, I'm not in a hotel. This is my bedroom.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not.
Hey, I'll take it as a compliment. Adobe's shutting it down. Thanks, Bill. That's what we're wondering.
All right, good to know.
All
right. What's up? One last thought before we get started.
One last thought?
Yes.
How about this? My last thought is, when we're going to get started.
Besides that, what was your other thought?
Oh, no, I was just saying what's up to people in the chat.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do the official start. Hey, what's up, everyone? Danny and Lee here. Welcome back. Oh, wait, then you do the next part.
You could do
nope,
it, man.
Nope.
You did my outro last time. Hey, what's up, everyone? ComTV here. Welcome back to Windows Shop Weekly, the place you can go play some dirt cheap tech, GPUs, RAM. We'll see. Maybe one day. Keep crying.
Prices are going down for GPUs. Not RAM, though. Not RAM. So
Man.
buy that used, and that's where you'll get your deals.
Buy that used ECC DDR3 for like $1 a gigabyte. How's your day been, Danny? How's your week been up until now?
Very busy these last couple of weeks. Um, work started working more overtime, and then just on the weekends, just family related stuff or other personal things that keep me out of the house. So I haven't been able to edit. So this upcoming Sunday's video is gonna be. It's not gonna be a full video. Fortunately, I have another system coming up, so it'll be a guess the specs video. So at least that's like anticipation for that. Because I think this next system video is gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a pretty unique one on the channel. So just to let you guys know. But yeah, that's how busy I was. I was a week ahead. Now I'm like a week behind. So like 2 weeks of not being able to pump like a full video out. But other than that, life's good. I mean, I'm still alive.
Nice.
We're here sitting doing Window Shop Weekly. About to look for some deals. So everything else is good.
Awesome. Good to hear. When you do overtime, do you get paid for the overtime, or is it just?
Yeah. I'm lucky I get paid for overtime. It's not salary based. It's kind of like salary hourly, like a hybrid, because you make your minimum salary at least, but if you do overtime, you make more. Like you're required to work 40 hours, you're required to clock your time, all that stuff. So
That's good. Yeah, like you're expected to do.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Some people don't. I mean, I've been there, done that. Anyways, I've been good. Same here, man. And actually, my workload's gone down a little bit. I've been a little bit more serious about making sure I'm not working too much because we are thankfully in a slightly different season than we were before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still staying busy enough, but I'm actually reintegrating. Danny and I talked a little bit off camera, but just reintegrating some priorities that are time consuming, but are much more important than some of the other things I was doing with my time. So It's been really good. Been doing lots of behind the scenes video stuff. Still, I'm filming more than I'm editing, which is a good thing because at least I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
especially since you have an editor now, that would help.
Yeah, since my editor's been really helpful, he's learning a lot. He actually came from. For anyone who's wondering what that scenario is like having an editor, there's no way that I could pay someone like a decent wage to edit my videos. So what ended up happening is I just found a friend who was like really excited about YouTube and had no idea that I had a YouTube channel. And by then I had about 10,000 subscribers, I think. So he was freaking out, and he and I, we got really close, and now he's just learning. I'm teaching him my tricks, and then he's editing on his own time. So it works out really well, but it's not like I found like a professional, like I'm sure Paul's Hardware and Ed from TechSource, I'm sure their editors are like beyond belief, but my guy's a work in, he's in training, a work in progress, but he's getting really good really fast. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
But anyways,
but back to your point when you're saying like not being able to pay an editor. Because, like, let's just say, I think for a video for us, like, reaching, like, a normal video, it's not like a build video and stuff, I think getting, like, 20,000, 30,000 views on it is pretty good, which translates to about $30 on YouTube. So, like, if it's a video, and editing takes a long time, especially if you want to edit well and, like, kind of clean up any of the kind of sloppiness from recording, which always happens. It could take, like, anywhere, a couple hours up to, like, 5-10 hours. And so you look at that hourly wage, it's like $3. So if you gave all your profits to him, he still probably wouldn't want to take that payment if he was doing it for pay. It's just yeah. So I was doing it for the experience and just for the joy of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how it's been, and it's crazy how we're kind of going through similar things at the same time.
Yeah.
Other than you're not expecting, right?
I'm not expecting, no. Unless there's something I don't know about.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not expecting.
He'll post up pictures of his blurry girlfriend and his blurry baby.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome, guys. It'll be such a moment. Baby reveal at 35K. I'm just kidding. That would have happened already.
Baby reveal at 40K, maybe. No.
At 55K. That's what I meant to say.
But, all right. Let us know how your guys' days was. It's been a whole week since we've heard from y'all, so we will go and read and respond as we do the deals. And don't forget, because I think I've been really liking the Craigslist segment of this. So if you guys do find any Craigslist deals, please post them to our Twitters and tag us so we can get to it at the end of the video. But let's get to the deal hunting, I guess.
Let's do it.
Speaking of which, have you been actively looking for graphics cards?
Yeah. Like at least once every few days.
Okay.
But I've mostly been monitoring the 980 Ti market and the GTX 1070 market, just because those are on par, and every once in a while one of them will dip below the 250 mark if you're lucky in the right time and place. But they seem to be hovering at a steady 280 to 300 range at the lowest. So, but other than that, I haven't really been paying too much attention to like the obviously not the Frontier edition of the Vega graphics cards, but I'm almost thinking at this point, I might wait and see what the RX Vega looks like. What about you?
I haven't been like actively Craigslist deal hunting because I'm sitting on some stuff right now, but I do check Slick Deals and Build a PC sales just because you can randomly find some gems on there. Graphics cards have not seen a great deal. We are seeing slightly lower prices now on like RX cards and GTX 1060s, but still nowhere near the beginning of the year. I'm not sure if it's ever going to get back that low. I mean, cryptocurrency, let me check real quick because I have the app on my phone. Like Ethereum's down to like $200, so it's like down 30% from a month ago. Bitcoin's at 2,500, so it hasn't moved. So I don't know how much longer it'll take like for the prices to come down more.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I wonder what could possibly revitalize that market at this point.
Hopefully, maybe RX Vega. and when
point.
Everyone dumps their mining cards, like what happened a few years ago when that happened with Bitcoin. Like there were so many mined or cards that were used for mining on Craigslist and eBay and Hardware Swap. It was just flooded. So hopefully that happens because the RX 480 is a great card, even if it was mined with. It should be fine.
Yeah, that's what. Especially like if it's only like 2 months of mining. I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot. It depends. I'm not gonna pay. If they posted it at listed price, even at brand new price, I still wouldn't buy it. So if they put it at a discounted price and said, "Hey, I mined on this for 2 months," I'd be like, "Fine with me." Because I'm not gonna even use it that consistently anyway. Like if I look at the grand, because like looking at things like hard drive life and life expectancy for power supplies and all that, I'm like, I'm not operating 24/7, and I'm even basing my expectations off of 24/7 usage. So
yeah, they got a lot of hours on them, so, or like potential hours on them. So that's something I usually don't worry too much about.
Agreed. And Jamie, of all people, guys, I think you were the first person. You weren't the first person on YouTube to do it, but you were the first person I saw who was advocating used hard drives and used power supplies. Because my exposure was just people who were either sponsored and they always had new parts, or reading people's like forum posts and stuff who would say like, yeah, don't get a used power supply because they don't, you don't know how much longer it has, and especially don't get a used like hard drive or, insert any part at this point.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, you could say any part has a short life expectancy, like except for RAM, like and CPU, like motherboard, like everything else other than those. Anyways, basically, I realized that you can say that about anything if you wanted to, and it's kind of like less true than people think it is.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with the price. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna say go get a used hard drive that's 90% of the cost of a used new one. Don't get a used one that's 90% of the cost. You have to like kind of play it out in your head, like how much are you willing to risk because you're saving this much money, and based off of the research you've done for the life expectancy of the products, and like are there ways to ensure that it's not just gonna crap out on you and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Don't sell
Got
used
any
hard
goodies?
drives. You can't completely erase data. I did see one goodie. Besides this one right here, I'm not sure. So I think a lot of the companies use the same models because I've seen this guy do Express as well as JCPenney clothing. Like this guy, he's a very popular model for me not knowing his name, but that's off topic.
Oh wow, Danny knows a lot about male models, guys.
Yeah.
This is a hobby of his.
I love the movie Zoolander. It inspired me to learn more about male modeling, male models.
Oh, like,
Um,
oh man, male modeling.
yeah, but okay. So this thing right here, this laptop, I thought this was a pretty cool deal. I'm a little bit disappointed by the graphics card they paired with the 7700, but for what is it? Oh, $900. You're getting 16 gigs of RAM, which a lot of these, like the ones around the 800 range, they only have 8 gigabytes. But also this SSD, because these are pretty expensive right now, usually in the like 170-ish range. And you got like the best laptop i7 you can get. I believe the HQ is that one. Yeah. So it's a little pricey compared to a desktop, but if you're like a student, you know, sometimes you just can't get a whole desktop. You need to take your computer from your room to like the library or class and stuff. So, yeah.
Great.
Which did you tell them you're on a laptop right now? By the way, Lee.
No, for any of you who don't know, I'm on a laptop right now in my bedroom. I tweeted it. And speaking of tweets, just a reminder: tweet us at hashtag AskWW. Tag us both in it. Let us know your local Craigslist deals. Any deals really, like if you find some weird builds on Walmart and you want us to
for sure,
if it's worth the money, or
like,
Best Buy, any of that stuff.
Like this one right here, which you just mentioned Walmart, but this is from Kmart. So if you guys are looking to get into snowboarding, I'm not sure if you do. Which, by the way, Lee, do you or have you ever snowboarded?
I've never snowboarded.
Oh man, it's fun, but very hard the first time. Like
I really want to do it.
You should try it because I want to see what your experience is. Most people when you snowboard, for the most part, you fall down a lot. Even though I'm not sure movies like Johnny Tsunami or any other snowboarding movie makes it seem easy, but it is so hard to snowboard.
Johnny Tsunami, I love that movie.
Yeah, like the first time I snowboarded, which was probably like 10 years ago, I was expecting it to be like Johnny Tsunami. I could get on and do stuff, but nope, you kind of just fall all over the place, even if you are coordinated and athletic. But
Wow.
But this deal right here, what's up?
I was gonna say, so I'm at a severe deficit then.
Wait, do you have any spots where you can snowboard in Florida? Like, are there any mountains high enough?
Ain't no mountains high enough. They would have to go to. It would have to be some sort of like specialty indoor place or something.
Oh, okay.
Or I'd have to go north. Yeah, everyone
Okay.
here goes to Colorado to snowboard.
Okay.
Yeah, we wakeboard. Ariel brought it up. We wakeboard.
Oh, I've never
South
wakeboarded
Florida.
before. That
Yeah.
looks fun. Have you wakeboarded?
It is fun. Yeah, and actually it was super easy to get the hang of. Like I couldn't do tricks and stuff, but what's really funny is the feeling of actually holding on and also being on the whatever you're using. Like you could even do it on just your bare feet.
Yeah.
It's at some point like you have to hold it and it makes you feel like jelly. It's just like
Interesting.
but it's really fun. You could do it with like a small boat and like just whatever you can attach to the boat that someone can hold on to.
Okay.
And you can use a wakeboard, of course, but
I want to try that one day, but I don't know anybody with a boat, so.
so basically what we've decided is you need to come meet Matt and I here in Florida and do a wakeboarding collab. But in that same week, we go up with you
and do a snowboarding collab.
Anywhere. Yeah, and you tell us exactly where to go, and we'll do a snowboarding collab.
All right. Sounds good.
That'd be so awesome.
But yeah, this is a really good deal just because snowboards are just generally expensive. You usually only see them like under 100 if it's clearance, and like but for a beginner, for the most part, you're not gonna know like the difference between like a high-end $1,000 snowboard versus like a lower-end one. This one's on sale, and there's bindings and helmet and all this good stuff. You can get a whole set for under 100. Yeah, because it's such an expensive sport, this is a good deal, which will save you over rental prices if you go like twice. But I thought that was interesting. Haven't seen that, especially from Kmart of all places. You would expect Sport Authority or like Dick's Sporting Goods or something. Oh, Matt says
So you
he'll
get
show us
something
how to
cheap.
surf. Yeah.
Nice. I know how to ride a wave, but I've never like formally surfed before.
Mm.
So I know kind of like some of the basic concepts because when you live down in Florida, you are always at the beach.
Mm-hmm. So you
So I'm
stepped
down.
on a surfboard and rode a wave before.
I've never stepped on a surfboard in the water actually.
Oh, okay.
No, but like just swimming along, like learning how to catch a wave, like swimming along with it so that it actually picks you up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Which seems like when I see people do it, it seemed like it'd be pretty easy, but like timing and knowing which wave to grab, it's not super difficult either. But I felt cool about it. I was like, man, just ride a wave.
Mm-hmm.
Could do it on a boogie board,
Oh man, boogie boarding. I haven't done that in so long.
plastic boogie board. See ya, Uri. Enjoy deal hunting.
Exactly. Go out there and get those deals. Don't stick around here if you already have some deals lined up, because we're
Get
not
them
sure if we'll
deals.
find anything. What else we got? Ooh. Cheap keyboard, rainbow fixed key. This is pretty standard pricing, but 10 keyless.
I don't like the rainbow keys though.
I don't. Yeah, I can't do them. I can't recommend them. I would rather pay like an extra $4 for solid colors.
Yeah. Yeah, at least a solid color.
Yeah.
Like, don't be indecisive.
Pico.
I don't understand how it could cost all that much more, like to put multiple.
I feel like it would cost less, and there's less room for error. Cause they have to like in the production line, they have to make sure all the colors get different colors get into different spots.
Right.
But
did you already point out the 2-port USB 3.0 hub?
Oh, I did not. This $2 after $9 rebate. I feel like at $11 that's not even a bad price.
That's a good way of repurposing your. I mean, your motherboard has to be USB 3.0 compatible, of course, because this isn't like. I think on my main rig I use a PCIe USB 3.0 hub, but here this would probably plug into your motherboard, so it's a good way of using that bay if you have it.
I'm trying to think. Well, because this is a 3.5 inch and not a 5 1/4. So this isn't point. The CDs. I'm curious how this works, because if this goes in a hard drive slot in your case, right? Unless you have your panel open,
Right.
No, but I mean it's a popular product. There's got to be like an explanation as to how people are using this.
The Corsair Spec 01 is it's got one of because some of the cases have more fancy front panels, but I have we both have had a lot of the budget ones that are just plastic you can pop out, but no one ever uses them. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Tech by Matches. Let me open this up since he linked this in the chat. So this is a $20 Monoprice has been having the lowest price keyboards, but it's just because they have that weird enter key layout, which I still am not sure if I would mess up that much if I used.
You could use it on like a test bench or something.
Yeah, and you still get the nice clickiness, but. This is like a really cheap price. I'm not sure if it's free shipping or not, but
I'm almost drawn to the simplicity of the design.
Yeah, like no lights, no extra, crap on the sides. Just very simple. It looks like an office keyboard from like the 1980s or 90s.
It's like a Nokia. Like, it's not pretty to look at, but it'll probably live longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a mechanical keyboard die on you?
Nope, never. But then again, my oldest one is my Razer, which is like 5 or 6 years old now, and it's still going strong. But that has legitimate Cherry MX switches, though. Ooh. I would bet that any of these knockoff switches are just as good, or not just as good, but like 90% as good. So they'll still last a long time too. We'll see, because I'm not using Cherry MX switches anymore. I'm just using all these generic ones now. So if it dies, I could comment on it.
If it dies, you have 20 more in your closet that you can switch it out for.
Yeah. That's the reason why I keep them all.
Clean them?
Huh?
Do you clean them?
I clean the ones that I'm using currently. But,
nice.
So I guess when they get stored, they're relatively clean, not just like 5 years of gunk built up.
That's nasty.
Except
All the dead skin cells.
my Razer one though, I actually didn't clean that one because it has the recessed keys, so you kind of have to pop all the individual keys off. So maybe I should do a video where I open that thing up and look up what dead skin cells from 2012 look like.
Ooh, well, that sounds interesting. I've had on my list of to-do videos a deep clean of a mechanical keyboard just as a rite of passage. Like, this is how you know that I do tech videos, because I will teach you how to clean a mechanical keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's starting to like have that double key effect because it's so dirty.
Ooh.
Where I like tap the same button a couple times because it's so dirty. See. 4K monitor for 337 IPS, 27 inch.
Where did I miss that?
It's at the bottom of the front page. I mean, that seems pretty cheap. I mean, like, how much do 4K monitors usually go?
What size is it again?
27 inch, which seems like that might be a little small, but
Wait, it wasn't this one, right? Oh, it is the refurbished BenQ.
yeah. BenQ's a pretty solid company, isn't it?
Yeah, they are 27 inch. So you see a lot of 1440p ones. Yeah, like this one right here. I'm not sure if
It costs more.
It's probably 144 hertz by that price range, just by looking at that.
Good call.
But this 4K one, I'm not sure if I've looked at a 27-inch 4K monitor like extensively. I might have seen it at Best Buy passing by, but I've never sat down and like try to actually look, because that's such a high pixel density for what I feel like is a kind of small size. But
yeah, that's exactly what my opinion would be. Is it looks like for a 4K monitor, 27 inch, even though it's relatively, I mean, that's a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
But for 4K, why not just get a smaller resolution at 27 inches, like a 1440p monitor?
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, it seems like 27 inches is like the perfect starting point for a 1440p monitor.
Yeah.
If I had to pick my camera is just slowly falling. So I was just kind of like slowly working its way.
Yeah, this doesn't say what it is in terms of. It would have to be, unless it's because. So this might be expensive because let's see, 100% sRGB color space. So the color reproduction for sRGB is good. But man, that still seems really expensive. Oh, USB docking station. Oh, so that might be a part of it too. See down here? So that you can, I guess, reduce some clutter.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's
Danny,
very,
random question.
What's up?
Okay, it just made me think of that when I saw all your clutter.
My clutter. Okay.
What was your experience with general like networking?
Oh, not much at all. Based on like, the only thing I've had to like troubleshoot is only like my modem at home or my router, but not like any hardcore, crazy setups.
Have you ever like cable managed your network area? Like,
nope.
Whether or not it was just like an Ethernet cable or two?
Oh, I do the thing where you roll it up and then just like, to shorten the cable. That's about it though. And then I like hide the modem in like a corner so that it's hiding the wires. But that's about it.
Hey, but that's better than nothing.
I mean, some people I guess just kind of leave like a web of cables just all around. Why?
Have you seen those completed cable managed networking setups though?
Yeah, the subreddit on it, it's called Cable Porn, where it's like you just, this is very pleasing on the eyes.
It looks so amazing.
You'd be so proud.
Here, Google
if
this
you did that. Okay, what's up?
Like, Google patch cable.
Patch cable. Okay.
Oh, sorry, patch cables.
Cables?
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Would that make a difference?
We started off with network patch cables. I'm thinking of like I want to see and like go to the images section. Oh, sorry, not patch cable. Patch panel.
Patch panel.
Patch panel.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Look at those! Ah! They're just so pleasing to look at. I mean, you would never need that many connections even
Uh-huh.
at your house unless you had like a IP, like video monitoring for security reasons or something. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just so pleasing.
I like the
Anyways, that
I
was
like
just a
the
random
color
thought
code.
because my networking section in my office has gotten way out of hand.
Oh, are you gonna do something smaller than this, but similar?
Oh, it's gonna be way smaller. It's just gonna be a couple routers and just like a couple Raspberry Pis
Mm.
and like modem and stuff. But I'm gonna wall mount it so that it's right beside my desk.
Okay.
I'm super excited about it. But yeah,
Nice.
the cable management is just so pleasing. It's just like one of those weird things on YouTube. You're like, why am I watching this?
Uh-huh.
Why am I watching these pus squeezing videos?
When they pop it. I also like when people do this too. It looks really cool. It looks like a circuit board where they like get those angles and kinks into the wires. But yeah.
Yeah, the Linus Tech Tips video. Luke has one where he did a ghetto wall-mounted networking setup for his house,
Mm-hmm.
and part of it was like setting up his switch a certain way where he routed his cables around. It doesn't look like that. That looks sick, like a circuit board stick.
Yeah.
But they still do something like it,
Mm-hmm.
where they intentionally route their cables so that it fills the board, makes it look nice. Let us know in the comments or in the chat. Do any of you have a cool little home networking setup for, cable manage and all that? Even if it's just a couple cables, it makes a difference. Looks good.
Yeah. Especially if it's like in a common area, like your living room or something. It like doesn't look like a sloppy mess when guests come over.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, here's one for you, Lee. Another switch. Switch. Does it flip out? Oh, it does. Yeah. So you can flippy your knife.
Is that a butterfly knife?
No, it's not. It's just
Oh.
just a normal fold-out knife.
I do like knives, but even though like it's totally legal to carry one around, I just never feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
I have friends who always have a knife on them.
Wait, what? I thought there was a law depending on blade length, right? Like you can carry. I thought it had to
That's
be
a good
like a
question.
certain length, because otherwise it's
could be.
concealable. Yeah.
It could be, but I don't think anyone respects that law or where I'm from.
But yeah, probably not.
I mean, especially like when you're out, like because there's a lot of everywhere you go, there's going to be, a place for the skaters, a place for the bikers, and a place for the hunters. And all
Mhm.
the hunters have tons of crazy weaponry, one of which is always a giant knife for skinning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I have friends who will carry those size knives around just to wherever they go.
Mhm.
With some, there's some reservations there. It's not like they're gonna walk into an airplane with it. But.
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I do have some knives.
that you-
I can't find them.
You kind of gave up on them, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
The
they're
box
not
cutter.
good compared to box cutters. Like, box cutters are named that for a reason. Those knives are usually not sharp enough, and because their blades are kind of thick, so they don't get into little little flaps on boxes that well. So yeah, I use this one because it's green. Harbor Freight, 79 cents or something like that.
Yeah, those things are so cheap. Those little ones with the exact ones that you have, and they come in like neon colors.
Mm-hmm.
RGB box cutters, Danny.
Yeah, I just need the R and the B now. Next time I'm going to Harbor Freight, I'm getting it, and I'm gonna hold them right next to each other. There'll be RGB box cutters, and I'll
Do it like Wolverine.
exactly. Actually, I don't know why yellow's not on there, but I guess it's a part of the green. Do you ever wonder?
That's CMYK. CMYK is with the yellow. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and I forgot what the last one. Sorry.
But because
Someone let me know.
you know how like when you look at like monitors or like TVs, you can see the RGB, right? Now let's say if you took out the G and put in yellow, or like could you do it with the 3 other color combinations that encompass 2 primary colors and a secondary color and get the same effect?
That's an interesting concept.
I gotta ask that on Reddit because they'll answer it without calling me dumb, hopefully. Cooler Master. Okay, legit cherry switches, full 10 key, reputable brand, 80-ish bucks. RGB. I mean, this is a pretty good deal. I like this look too. It's very sleek, very minimal. It's not too much like the edges and the borders, not too much more than the keys. Oh my god.
So that keyboard is that's expensive.
140. I think you need this coupon. Yeah. Oh, and a rebate. Okay, I think I draw a line on rebates on keyboards. Like I'm cool with
Really?
Wait, do I draw a line there? I deal with cases. Maybe it's just because I've never done it before. I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, alright, like, you know, when we do rebates on cases, it's because there's no cheaper alternative. There is a cheaper alternative to keyboards. You get the budget brand that's, like, not only cheaper than the rebated price, but I feel like a lot of them are really good. Like, close to cherries, but I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I'm sure you could be militant about anything, but
Whoa, you're
the fake switches.
You just doubled up out of nowhere. Did you unmute on Skype?
Maybe.
Okay, no, now you're good.
Sorry, guys. My setup is crazy.
Okay.
And my mouth is filled with food.
What are you eating? It sounds like you're eating something delicious. Probably because I'm starving.
I muted my headphones. Back. Sorry, guys.
Someone mentioned the K65 is always 60, but I don't think that's the RGB one. RGB for some reason always got that $20 to $30 premium on it. But okay, I think that's about it for here.
And for the record, I can imagine myself asking, is it really worth that much more for the RGB? Because you and I, like we just talked about that. The only thing I would say is the amount of effort that would take to kind of, you know, synchronize the LEDs, making sure that none of them are, you know, duds or anything, which they'd have to do on a regular LED anyway, so I don't see what the difference is there. But specifically with the extra functionality of being able to cycle through different color schemes mixed with like patterns and all that, I can see that being kind of like a premium thing.
Yeah, like the justified cost of it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think that's worth that much money, but like maybe $20, but once you get into the $30 range, I'm like, nah. If you told me like, here's a $60 keyboard, but you can get the non-RGB version for $40 and everything else is the same, I would definitely consider it. Backlighting is worth it. Yeah, definitely, but backlighting could be $12-ish on Amazon.
Oh, you mean the strips? Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
They're dirt cheap, yeah.
And like it's like all these different companies are competing with each other. They all have that same generic remote. Where's the remote? With the like a million buttons on it. There it is. Something like this. Yeah, that thing.
And I think for a long time they've had that. You could watch old videos of people doing setups, and and if you were really serious about it, anyone who's listening, you could actually get a huge spool of it, and then just make sure you have different power supplies for every application. Those little power supplies that it comes with, and you could use those a lot. There's ways to trim and cap them off. So, yeah, anyways. You could make do, like, some of these PC RGB configurations are so expensive, these little tiny strips. You can get a whole big strip for less than that and then have leftovers.
Yeah, you just need like maybe a soldering iron, some shrink tube and stuff to, like you said, cap them and get them to work by themselves.
And if you want to do it, there's a video on it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like, there's definitely someone's already done it, been there, done that.
Yeah. Oh man, I've not been looking at the comments. Have you?
Yeah,
I've been glancing, but I'm not sure if anyone asked any questions that we should answer.
RGB makes your CPU run 100 degrees cooler.
That's
Actually,
fact.
how to gaming, this is actually more of a myth than it is a fact, but RGB does in fact increase your FPS by 20 to 30, which is why the 20 to $30 it's $1 per frame. I downloaded 2 terabytes of RAM and saved a ton of money.
If
Or
only.
you can just switch to Geico. Hashtag sponsor me.
You don't have Geico, do you?
No, I actually don't. What do you have?
Progressive.
Progressive.
With Flow.
Flow?
Yeah, Flow. That Progressive Flow, though.
Oh.
Nope, I wasn't gonna drop anything, though.
Progressive. That's actually, there's a rapper who did a line. Progressing like a flow that's a little one. As I'm assured, I'm sure you're missing these little puns. I'm sure get a settlement, its foot'll come. I'll still be shining if I'm jacked for every nickel, son.
Who's that?
His name is KB, actually. He's I think that song was from like 2012 or something.
Okay.
Some of the people we used to listen to don't make music anymore.
I know.
It's very sad.
Yeah. I used to
Like TLC.
Oh,
Kidding.
Wait, did they make a comeback? Some of them made a comeback, like New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys. They did like some new songs in like
I heard about that.
in like 2010 plus. So that's kind of new. But yeah, some of them are just gone forever.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, if they kept making music and people now are making music, I feel like there's not enough space. So it's kind of like life. Some people just have to drop off so other people can come in, like life and death.
Yeah, it's kind of like just let it be in the past. It's okay.
Otherwise, you have a population crisis, you know, kind of like what we have now. But
have you ever heard of those people who they just obsessed over something and they had their time to shine, but it wasn't very long. But then for the rest of their lives, they just obsessed over it.
Yes.
And it's just really sad because I've seen some of those situations where the people just like they don't always end up homeless, but there's one guy who he ended up homeless and he just had a shoebox. The only thing in his possession was a shoebox, and it was pictures of him in his heyday. It's like it's just so depressing. Sorry, chat. I just got really.
That's like oh, it's this one. But on that note, it's like Christian Burns. He's like not relevant anymore, but then now he's trying to start trouble just to become relevant again. And he latched on to the fact that he's the guy who called the security guard, told him to kill himself and that he was ugly. Like,
oh my god.
Kind of like that. But all right, this keyboard has a normal enter key. This is the water resistant one that I reviewed. I actually really like this keyboard. And it's $26 on sale with the coupon code, free shipping, no tax for some people.
I like how you're saying that.
What's up? Oh,
I like
how
how
I'm
you
saying
say
it?
on sale.
Yeah. That's when I get.
It's like a song.
That's when I get really excited about deals. I start like singing.
You start to sing your music, that beautiful music for my ear.
Okay.
Sounds so pretty.
Okay, so laptop.
Now we're gonna sound so stereotypical, guys. We don't actually like
make fun of Asians. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, because I think Danny and I had this conversation early on where it's like Asians tend to make fun of Asians all the time. Like you kind of gotta move on.
Yeah. Asians dislike
Yo,
Asians in general, I think, especially old school ones. Like I'm cool with everybody. Like old school, like your parents or like the older generation, like they have beef with other Asian cultures, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just I guess because of historical reasons, but after a while.
Oh yeah.
It's like if you weren't a part of that, then you could probably drop it.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you study Asian history at all, there's a lot of messed up stuff.
Yeah, Pika Wubs probably can tell you a bunch of that because.
Because it's literally Pikachu.
Yeah. Yeah. So. This deal was similar to the other one we saw, right? Look at the... So,
wait.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, but it looks like it's a bit more expensive. Obviously, because of the TI, I'm sure.
Well, I think the other one I thought was 8...
It doesn't have the SSD either.
Yeah, but the TI is what... So, less RAM and worse hard drive. But you get a TI, which I think I thought I read recently that it was 30% faster than the 1050. But it's equivalent to what the 970M used to be, and that was a really expensive card because that was like the next jump up. The tier from 960Ms to 970Ms was like $300 to $400 in laptops. So this is a good deal if you don't mind having a. Actually, no, I wouldn't say this is a good deal. Take that back. Get the other one. I think it's better. The RAM and SSD make all the difference.
I know for the games that I play, I'd much rather have an SSD because there's not going to be any frame difference between the 1050 and the 1050 Ti.
Your Rocket League.
My Rocket League.
Yeah, and it. Mamoon says gaming laptops not worth in your opinion, and I would, for the most part, I would agree with that if you had a choice. But being a college student, like I could not have had a desktop in college. It just wouldn't have worked out. Just the amount of space it took up and the lack of ability to take it with you when you needed it. So some people would say get a crappy laptop, and then get a good desktop. But then you're splitting your stuff between two computers. Like, I can see why there's an argument against that. I'm not sure if you feel the same way or differently, Lee.
I'm the only reason I'm on the other side of the fence is because I did the opposite. I had a gaming computer, and then I bought like a cheap laptop for literally just going on Google and taking notes.
In college?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my setup, and when I went home, I had my 5770 system with my 60 or with my what was my CPU at the time? My Athlon quad core. So it was an old system, but it did the job for playing I think I played like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, but yeah. But at the time, it was like, for me, I didn't see the benefit of a gaming laptop because their premium is just so expensive for the mobility. So, I mean, Black Friday, I'm sure you can get more comparable pricing, but then at the same time, those parts for a better gaming computer that you could have built are going to be also cheaper. So you can argue either direction, I think, but it comes down to, like you said, you'd have to split your budget between two systems, so you're gimping one of them.
So, but for you, because you mentioned going home, so you had 3 systems. So it's like 3 system or 1 laptop that can do all 3, which, again, like, the laptops are sometimes so expensive that you can buy 3 systems for the same price, and only you will determine if it's worth it or not. Like, we can't tell you that. We can just give our opinions,
Yeah.
and help you try to find the best deal in whichever situation you're in. That's all we can really do.
Yeah. And what I find funny too, just kind of like the meta of the whole thing, is like most of the people who sometimes have the best systems, like not the behind closed doors enthusiasts. Those people are legit. They just really love the thrill of the chase. Some people just like hardware more than they like games, to be honest. But I've never met a true gamer who's ever cared all that much about, with the exception of the introduction of VR and actually needing system requirements. I've always known people personally who will just lower the settings of the best they can afford, and they're perfectly happy with that. So if that's you, then a gaming laptop, it could work because you're getting the mobility that you want, and you can technically play any game because you could just drop your settings.
Yeah. But right now, with like, them putting full desktop 1050 Ti's and 1060s into laptops, it's like the best time if you were to do it. Because the 960Ms and 950Ms from the previous generation, those really sucked. Like, I had a 960M laptop. Like, I had to play Grand Theft Auto with like lowered settings. Yeah. But right now, with the if you can catch a good sale or a low price system with those graphics cards, it's I think the best time, if ever, that I remember. But yeah, someone did.
And that was your gaming laptop, right?
What's up? Yeah, that was my gaming laptop. My gaming laptop was like very limited by the 960M, which was pretty expensive. Like, that was like typical system or laptops with that was like $700 to $800. I bought it used, so I got it discounted, but I didn't think the performance was really worth it buying it new.
Right.
But Robert Cow asked, did we both live in dorms?
Ooh, price and performance of a dorm, Danny. What's up?
Well, mine was free because Bill Gates is a baller and helped me out. So that's an infinite price to performance ratio because I didn't have to pay anything. So
Nice.
no,
That's
but
awesome, man.
it's really expensive. It depends on where you live too. I didn't live close enough to college where I could commute. So I moved to Seattle to go to the University of Washington. So I kind of had to live in the dorms there. Well, actually, no. Take that back.
Yeah.
I could have lived in apartments, but it's kind of hard to do your freshman year. That's something you usually transition to, like later on. But what were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
depending on how I guess independent you were. Like I have 18-year-old friends who already moved out of their house before college, so for them it was easy. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I went straight from mom and dad's house to college, so I went to a dorm.
Okay.
But they're expensive. Uh, they're like super expensive, and depending on like what Danny was saying, some schools require you not only to live in a dorm, which if you see me bouncing, it's because I'm on a yoga ball. So
Mm-hmm.
sorry about that. Not only do they require you to live in the dorm, but they require you to buy a meal plan. So
Oh,
we're
yep.
talking
Yeah, I had to get a
thousands and
minimum.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah. What I did was I grabbed the lowest meal plan and used the rest of the money so I could like eat what I wanted instead. But I think the minimum meal plan at the time was like $700. So that's per
If I were to go
quarter.
back, I would destroy that meal plan, and I wouldn't gain freshman 15 either because I'd know exactly what to get and I'd have it unlimited because food is so expensive. Like
Yeah.
unless you eat fast food all the time, it's so expensive.
Yeah. Did you get freshman 15? I got freshman 10. I didn't really hit that 15 mark.
I got the sophomore 30, man.
Sophomore 30?
No, not sophomore. Senior 30. When I was a senior in high school, I quit my job and I played games all the time.
Okay.
And I stopped. That's when I stopped working out. So I just gained a ton of weight.
Okay.
I went from like 150 to 200. So
Oh, wow.
no, not 150. Sorry, 170 to 200.
Okay.
So literally like 300 pounds or 30 pounds.
Where did I go from? I want to say, I'm not sure if this is the right number, but I thought it was 105 to 115. Now, I'm not sure if it was 105. It might have been 115 to 125. It was one of those, but I'm pretty
Wow.
lightweight.
So so you gained a little bit of weight.
Yeah, I gained, I mean, a noticeable amount compared to anything
A
I gained in
noticeable
high
amount.
school. Yeah. Like,
But it wasn't. Was that, in your opinion, was that a good thing, or were you like, oh no,
it was a good thing. It wasn't like I didn't just get a big belly. Like,
Right.
it was equally distributed, and I didn't have a heart attack, so I guess that means that it was fine.
What was your go-to, like, if you just didn't want to think about it and you walked into the meal hall? What was your
Chicken
meal?
tenders and fries. They had that.
That's like the best,
Yeah,
dude.
man. Dorm chicken tenders and fries. Assuming you went to like a college that had a legit cafeteria. Oh, it's so portable. Like you can hold it with one hand. That the little compostable tray. Because that was like the year they shifted to compost at my university, anyway.
Oh no way!
So
Were you guys
like,
going green?
yeah, we were going green. Seattle, but like so all the forks became compost and those trays they would like melt under the heat or like they would leak through more so than paper. And then the forks would also melt too, so they would like twist all over the place when you're eating hot foods. So yeah, that was a fun experience.
Yeah, no, exactly. I would be the guy sitting next to you instead of getting the chicken tenders and fries. I'd be getting the burger and fries. That's just
The
my
burger.
go-to.
I was never really a big burger guy for some reason. Like even growing up, before college, like at McDonald's, I was the chicken nuggets and fries kid. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the staple. Like, you can never go wrong with that. I think I just moved on to burgers because, like, everywhere you go out to eat, there's chicken tenders and there's burgers. And I found that the burgers were more varied. Like, sometimes you'd have a bigger patty in one. Sometimes you'd have a smaller patty with, different bun. And it was just like, I felt like that was more exciting where I felt like everywhere I went,
for
chicken
sure.
tenders tasted like the same.
Yeah, well, yeah, burgers, they changed the toppings. There's no toppings on chicken tenders, just the 2 dipping sauces, or 3, so, yeah, it's definitely the most boring, but safe choice. Safe.
Yeah, it's safe. You can't go wrong. Anywhere. Yeah, dude, the people are really loving this food talk.
Oh, yeah, Wendy's, too. Kaboom Designs, Wendy's. I just had that this weekend, just because it was, like, the cheapest thing we could get away from home. They got this $4 meal deal where you get a drink, you get a fry, 4-piece nuggets, and a burger for $4.
Boss.
Which in this day, like I'd say, like 5 or 10 years ago, or however long ago, that wouldn't be that much of a deal, right? Because dollar menu, right? 4 items, $4,
Yeah, exactly.
typical. Every dollar menu now has gone up past the dollar. I feel it's like $1.30, $1.50. They're just like slowly increasing. So
When you thought America couldn't get lower, they went and changed the dollar menu so that it's no longer a dollar menu.
yeah.
One thing I never do though, price and performance, Danny. I'm surprised you didn't bring this up, but buying a drink when you go out to eat, man.
Oh, buying a drink compared to water. Ooh. This is a subjective thing, though. You can't objectively put a price on it because there's calories in drinks, and
That's true.
there's the enjoyment of the taste. Like, I feel like,
You're right. And if you don't drink soda a lot, then yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, so like having it as a treat, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like with McDonald's, you know how they got that large drink for $1? I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
How are you gonna pass that up with your burger
You
or
can't.
nuggets?
You can't. See, but that's different though. Like, I think it depends, like you said. Like, what is your? So my subjective thing was I would always rather get another burger than a
Oh,
drink.
I see.
Yeah, because I felt like that was a better use of my money because I could go home and drink soda if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't go home and pull out a McDouble.
Toasty Matt says water every time. I could respect that, and it like I at one point I would be like that, especially at restaurants that are sit down. Cause man, how are they gonna charge $3 for a drink that's not refillable? You know. So I always
That's
get
so
water on
messed
those.
up.
But McDonald's, I let myself cheat sometimes just because it's refillable if you're sitting in to eat, and it's so big and refreshing.
Yep, McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, they all do the free refills. So why not? And some you see those people get a water cup and then they walk over and get Sprite. You're like, are you serious?
Uh huh.
Danny doesn't want to comment because he's done that a certain number of times. I will openly admit that I've done that my fair share of times. Oh man. Yeah, and the other thing that they used to do at McDonald's that I don't think they do anymore is like every like Wednesday night where I was, they do a 69-cent hamburgers and 89-cent cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah.
So my dad would come home with a bag of 30 of them, and we just literally tear them up.
30? Well, you said you had a lot of siblings, so it's like 2 or 3
Yeah.
per sibling. That works out to not fatties, right?
That would be a dope cheat meal. Like if I could cheat, if I did a cheat meal for like just for fun, I would go and get like 15 burgers and just destroy them.
You can't. Can you do that still? I found that I can't eat as much anymore as in my college days.
I'm trying to think. Did I ever tell you the story about how I went broke in college?
No, but you should tell everybody.
All right, well, I'll tell you guys now. It's pretty quick. I've told you so many times. It's like I feel like everyone knows, but it's because I've just told the story so many times. But basically, I wanted to get a new camera because I was starting to get into my YouTube channel at the time, which was prank videos. And I did prank videos when I was at FSU for school, for college. It was my freshman year. And the camera that I could not get my mind off of, I bought a couple and ended up reselling them because it just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted a a DSLR, and it came down to the D3100, which is the camera that I was using up until I got my G7. And the camera was like $450. And because at that time it was a relatively like new, like it wasn't new because the camera's been out for a long time, but it was one of the like higher end entry level cameras, like, but any lower than that and the video quality would go from 1080 to 720, and I wasn't having that. So what ended up happening is I bought it and I did not have the money for it, so I bought it.
Wait, off what though? Oh,
eBay.
No, but like off debit, so that you went negative, or on credit?
Yeah. No, well, see, when I say I didn't have the money, I meant like I didn't have the money and have wiggle room.
Oh.
So I ended up dropping 400. I think I got it for about 400-ish on the dot. And my bank account went to like $10. And at this point, it was like maybe a month into the school semester. And I was not working at the time. So that was my money, which $400 isn't a lot of money, but if all I'm buying is food and like everything else is paid for because my housing's paid for and all that. As a single dude, I was good at stretching that out, because then I'd go home for breaks and stuff and have food there, and then my parents would give me food to bring back up. So anyways, I could have made it work, but I spent it all in one sitting, so I went broke literally the rest of the school year or semester, which was another 2.5, 2-ish months. And for those 2 months, this was after I'd gained those 30 pounds. I ate one meal per day for those entire 2 months. And sometimes I would go without food for a day. And so I slimmed down a ton. Oh, someone's
being a baddie.
Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty. Anyways, so that was my story of going broke for YouTube /
Would you do it again?
Would I do it again? Yeah, I actually thought it was. I mean, would I make that stupid decision again? No, but if I was forced to be in a situation where I could only eat once a day, like, it's an interesting thing. Like, after a while, I would just eat one meal a day. Like, it's super easy because you just stop feeling hungry.
I think
and
I can do that as well. I agree. Like, well, we can't say that it's super easy because it depends on the person too, and that's like saying people who can't do it, like, what's wrong with them if it's easy? So it's easy for us, right?
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be easy for me now.
Oh.
There's no way I could both exercise and not eat. That would not
work.
work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I
would just keel over because I am hungry. Whenever I'm not hungry, I get hungry. Let's put it that way. I am 100% of the time. If you ever see me, I am hungry. What time is it?
It is 6:36. How late can you stay tonight? Or 6:36 my time. My bad. We're an hour in.
So honestly, like, I can go for a little bit longer, but I should probably call it soon.
Okay.
Just because. Do it for the fam, for the YouTube fam, because I need to finish editing and stuff. But.
Gotcha. Okay.
I hate to cut it short though, because it's so easy to hang out with you guys.
Yeah. And especially these conversations too, like, they're unique every time, and even though they're off topic, people are liking it. Like, fast food, like, we can just go on for days about that. But okay, so we'll hop over to Twitter soon. But someone is asking, this is a pretty good price for a 256 gigabyte, but apparently it went sold out because it was that popular, and you would have to wait a couple of months. So I'd say wait for another SSD around $65 or lower of this capacity. They pop up like every week, but let's go to Twitter, see if we have any notification things. Okay. eBay. So doesn't look like we have any Craigslist deals, but oh wait, yeah, we do. Retweets.
Yeah, sorry guys. Someone pointed out that the fact that I tucked my mic into my shirt made my audio really like scratchy. Sorry about that. I just have my headphones in there so that they weren't like dangling all over the place, but apparently my mic has been kind of brushing up against it, so sorry about that.
Yeah, okay, 1800X, Repurple S, these guys are always selling these CPUs, but I forgot what the retail for these ones are. Still looking for that. I mean, I've been seeing 1700s dip pretty low, even new, like at 270, 260, but oh man, I just know I have to buy a motherboard with it, so I'm kind of holding back because there's nothing wrong with my system, but I might switch to Ryzen if I keep seeing these prices go down.
So what's holding you back from buying one of the current, like, say, $60, $70 motherboards? Is that more than you'd like to spend?
Well, if I'm going to buy a motherboard, because it's going to be for my main system, so I'm going to think long term.
Right.
So I would want one that could overclock decently, because I'm going to start using it to edit videos and stuff. Plus, I don't want to like put a temporary motherboard in, take it out, and then change it. I've done that in the past, and it's just annoying to redo the cable management and the cooler and everything. So I just want to get the Ryzen in the system and keep it for a while.
Dumb question. Is AMD doing how they used to do, where like every board can overclock, but it's just you pay for the better overclocking boards?
A320s cannot. So you'd need like a B350 or better motherboard.
Okay.
So they do have Oh wait, no. I believe you can overclock in the low end ones. You just can't do it much. So the ability is there, but I believe there's no headroom for it. Like literally.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be garbage. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Opus.
for anyone watching, Toasty Bros Matt brought up the 1700X and 1800X.
Yeah.
What it seems consistent throughout all benchmarks is that the non-X versions tend to overclock really well, so there's no point in paying the premium over the higher out of the box clock ones, unless I will say there are people who don't want to overclock. So in which case,
Yeah.
why are you buying a Ryzen? But also,
I've seen those people on hardware swap. Not hardware swap and build the PC sales. Yeah, some people just want to stick it in and not have to punch any buttons to get the higher clocks. And if they have the money, I mean, it's whatever. It's not your money; it's their money. So you can only try to convince them, and then that's about it. But these people in this chat.
what is happening?
It's but yeah, like Toasty Matt said, 1700 is basically the sweet spot for Ryzen 7, which is what I've been looking at. Yeah, so 400 for this, or 260 or 270, which refurb for less sales for the 1700. And then Opa said it doesn't help Premiere out that much. I need to look into that. Puget Systems did something. Okay, I'll look into that.
Puget Systems, Houston. We have a problem.
Yeah.
That we actually had like a little Twitter convo on that, just how it stinks for Premiere users that don't get the benefit of extra cores.
But I mean, I guess how long does it take for Adobe to change their stuff, or like how easy would it be for them to, I'm not a coder, nor am I a program developer or software developer, so.
No, that's a good. I've never worked on a standalone desktop application. I mostly work on web stuff, but one thing that carries over is sometimes you do kind of lock yourself in place. Like, who knows? Maybe for a while they thought there would never be a need for more than 4 cores and 8 threads.
Yeah.
And so they got on one track, and now in order to backtrack, it would take, millions and millions of dollars of development. But at this point, it's like, that's going to be worth their while. I don't know. I wonder if, because the honest fact of it is, and I brought this up before, for people wanting to build like editing PCs, yeah, you can always get a better CPU. Always. You're going to want as much RAM as you can. That's like a no-brainer. You're going to want to get the most RAM you can afford for editing. But we're only talking the difference of a couple minutes sometimes with rendering.
Yeah.
So is it worth the extra $300 for like that 2-minute saved time of that render or something? Depending if you're doing 4K and stuff like that, you have the money to buy those more expensive CPUs. But if you're just getting into it, you don't really need to worry too much about getting like this. Because I even scale my videos down when I'm editing so that I'm not seeing the full quality.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, a lot of people are trying to get into it, like, build their first system. Like, I guess it makes sense, like, they want to build it and not have to deal with upgrading. So that I can understand. But in terms of, shaving time and stuff, I think people focus too much on, like, their system or setup and rig in general, and instead of just making videos. Like, on YouTube, you just need to start making videos. So many people, and we know someone, I'm not going to say his name, like, spend so much time, and, you can spend forever editing, but it's not going to mean anything unless you actually upload and make it live. But, yeah,
yep. I'm
going to leave it at that. Because, $100 for this 1050 Ti, not a bad price. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure how much.
750 Ti, $100.
1050 Ti. I think those are 140-ish. Oh my.
Oh, he said 1050. I was like, did he just say 750 Ti?
No.
I was like, Danny, what happened? Did you hit your head today or something?
Yeah, so these are going for like 140-ish. On sales, I think I've seen them down at like 125 maybe. So this is a pretty good price. Graphics cards, especially ones this new, are pretty resilient.
And considering that the next step up would cost probably quite a bit more than that.
Double that.
Yeah.
Used, actually, I haven't looked at the used market for the 1060s, but new 1060s are like 220 to 260 right now, I think.
Yeah, at least they're going back.
Yeah.
They're going back to where they were before.
Yeah.
That was the short. In my opinion, that was the shortest lived price increase of the GPU boom was the 1060 because it was literally like 3 days out of the week, and then all of a sudden they were dropping down again. I was like, wait, what the heck? I go to sell mine, and it's already back down to normal. Launching retail price. I was so mad.
That's how it works.
I know, but I can't complain. I got the 480 just in time, so can't complain.
All right, so I think this is pretty standard price right now for this 980. Would you buy this? Because I know you wanted the Ti, because that's like, you know, the 1070 like level-ish, but
right. 980, because it's the 980 at that point is probably, you know, I know some people consider the 1060 the equivalent, but I'd assume that the 980 is a little better.
Then which one?
Than the 1060.
So definitely better than the 3 GB version, and I think depending on the title and for the 60 GB version, I think it depends.
Oh, that's a 4 GB version.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would consider buying something better than a 1060 at this point.
Okay.
And if it's not, then I'm fine where I'm at.
Okay. But
just because that was I would feel like I'd wasted a ton of time if I just sold my 1060 and then got a card that was similar in performance.
That's true.
So not that but I think you're right. It's probably a difference of game between the 1060 and the 980.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty close, but yeah, no, I wouldn't do it.
I
That's
like
a good price though. $200 is a good price for the 980.
right now. Anyways.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But it's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna be right now. If you need it right now, you buy it right now. But I like how he says please text only. I don't like talking on the phone. Like you know, you could just like leave this part out and just say please text only. But he just wants to make sure people know why he doesn't want. Sometimes people on Craigslist are like the funniest thing. It's like, you know, when you go people watching at the fair, it's like people watching on Craigslist. See what kind of people are on here.
Oh man, there's some sections of it that I haven't seen. Also, like there are different kinds of there's like forums and stuff, and I'm like, I'm sure you could get carried away on Craigslist if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, I bet all these spammers. I bet you it's all AJ Cool.
Who's that? Oh, that's the dude who got kicked out of your Discord server a really long time ago.
Dude, there's a guy who is making a new account every 15 minutes and spamming our server.
Huh.
Which, if you guys aren't on our Discord server, then you should be, because it's awesome. We have Oz. We have JD. We have Matt from the Toasty Bros. We have Matt from Tech by Matt.
We got Olfa. We got Gerard. We got... Who else? I feel bad if I miss anybody, but I think that's about it.
Charles from Tech Always.
Oh, yeah, Charles from Tech Always. Can't forget him. But,
yeah, I wanted to save the best for last, so.
This is a really good deal. $70 for an ultra wide. I think they mean 29. I don't think LG made a 28-inch one, but 29-inch. It's not bad. I actually had that one for $70. I would pick this up so fast.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, these normally go on sale for like I think one. Oh, were these ones that go on sale for like 200? Because you know they make a 25-inch version, which is like super tiny because it's ultra wide. I mean, it's like the equivalent of a 19-inch monitor or something, height-wise. But this one is equivalent to like a 23-inch monitor height-wise, so it's not bad. But yeah. Yeah, so it's a pretty good deal. We should probably wrap it up soon, so
yeah,
next
five
or so minutes. That work? Or you got
this
now?
Physio ball is I'm gonna be editing a little bit. So
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Ofa.
You okay, this deal. Let's get through this real quick. $75 for ooh, this is a little bit too much for this old of a processor. I'd say like $50. Decent price for RAM.
I'm gonna play with the lights. Just because it's the end of the stream, guys. That's why my lights are gonna get goofy. Just to have a little bit of fun. Because Danny's gonna give you all the. I'm gonna be the comic relief, and Danny's gonna give you all of the good deals.
PSUs, depending on what the connections are, this would be pretty good. I'd say overall this is a pretty good ad. Um, ugh. Oh my goodness. This guy has nothing in his title, and that's his graphics card. He wants $75. I would say no, just because of how old everything is and the lack of information. This is like the speed round. Ooh, 4440, $75.
Oh snap!
Hmm.
It's kind of high though, isn't it?
No, I mean you're not gonna find it lower on eBay. You just pair a motherboard with it. I'd say it's a good deal. You can get a current, cause you can pair a motherboard with it for like $40 and have something around 115. Like, not like an amazing deal, but like if you needed something, I would pick this up for like a kind of cheap 1080p gamer.
Well, whenever I see used 4000 series CPUs, I always say I might as well.
Let's see how much they're going on eBay. Because that's usually a pretty good gauge indication. $130. Yeah, I think they're all gonna be over $100. So, yep. 4464 for S. This one has bids on it. It'll probably end over 100. So yeah, I'd say that's a good deal. And then this one, yes, very good deal. SSD, 120 gigabytes. I'd pay up to like 25 or $30 for them, just because.
I'm aligned with it.
This one looks old. How old is this?
Maybe it's like one of the OG SSDs.
Just the label looks like one of the older versions of what they had, but there's no date.
And it's SanDisk. SanDisk doesn't make them anymore, do they?
No, they're all Western Digital Blues now. Actually, no. I think they still sell them under both. Yeah, actually, Oppo made a good point. I forgot. Tomorrow's Ryzen 3 launch, so depending on if those are actually in stock and what their actual prices are, because sometimes they release for a little bit higher. We'll see. That's pretty exciting. Might have to try to pick one of those up, because we don't get any for samples.
Yeah, these Ryzen Toasty Bros got the hookup, man.
Yeah, they're about to. Their video's gonna release tomorrow, right? So gotta watch that up.
Looking forward to it.
Gotta
Everyone, check out the Toasty Bros.
Ozzy had an interesting video too, where I think he showed like someone was the FPS difference between i3 and the Ryzen was quite significant, and the i3s are really expensive, so we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, Oppo. It says he's ruining his jam, and yeah, same here. Like reselling used PCs are gonna be harder. Better get rid of everything now.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
What are these people doing?
Yeah. Oh no! I made him a monitor by accident. Woo! Pico ups, good job.
Oh my goodness, you made him a moderator?
Yeah.
And then we get kicked out of our own stream?
That would have been bad. But then it says he's okay. That's good. I'll put this back on the screen since we're basically done now. But that would have been really bad. Check that out. It says though add moderator, so hopefully he can't come back and do stuff. Oh, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good. I think that was a good stream.
That's so lively. We got through so many, so many random things. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for bearing with my terrible audio and my awkward fidgeting because this physio ball is a workout.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Everyone, make sure that you spam Danny Flex in the chat as well. You don't want to forget that.
Not happening yet.
Keep your guys' eyes open for Nobe's 50K subscriber special. Someone in chat said that you were growing really fast.
Oh, thank you. I don't know when that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be by the end of the year, hopefully. Then I could probably give away a PC finally. That's what I'm planning. Nice. So you guys know, because there's not that many people here, keep it a secret. I'm gonna give away a full system. Shh. Don't expect like $1,000 system though. It's gonna be something that is pretty relative to the content I make. So, yeah.
Flat-footed figured me out. He said Lee's headphones go into his shirt and plugs into his belly button. He's a real. What?
That'd be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Especially because your belly button, it seems like it's sealed off, but it's kind of not. I don't know if any of you spent too much time digging into your belly button, but it can get
Oh
painful.
man, that makes me. So this might be TMI, but that makes me need to use the restroom. Like I'm not sure if that does that to anyone else. Like because it might be
Oh,
so
yeah.
near the bladder or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So if you ever
Um,
are nervous and need to go, try playing with your belly button. It might help.
it seems like a very odd statement when you put it all in one sentence. Uh,
um,
yeah, thanks again for everyone for coming out. That was a fun stream. Awesome. I loved seeing the crazy chat just about like McDonald's and college campuses and stuff. It was really cool. It would transition nicely. Snowboarding, surfing.
hmm
All-star cast today. We had Ofo, we had Pikawa, we
Yeah,
had Foxbit, we had
the two mats,
Budget Tech, the
JD.
two Mats, JD. If we're forgetting you, it's not because we don't care. It's because we're actually dumb.
Yeah, and it's the end of the day. We both had long work days, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm literally dumb at the end of the day. Sometimes I can't form whole sentences, and I have to repeat myself to my girlfriend.
Sometimes I can't whole form sentences, guys.
Can't whole form sentences.
How many does it take a light bulb's dyslexic to put in? That's one of my favorite jokes. Sorry, guys.
Not Lee says thanks for the stream. Always awesome.
Notley,
Not Lee.
you already know, man. Anytime. Thanks for coming.
All right. You know what
Anything
to
else,
do.
Danny?
That's your. Oh yeah. Just thanks everyone again for coming to watch the stream. As always, we love doing this. So you guys being here means a lot.
It does. Agreed. 100%. Thank you guys again for giving in to our nonsense.
Yeah,
on
that
your
too.
Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from CompTV.